Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with an indoor field test shooting video. Today we're looking at the Umarex VFC HK416. Check out my tabletop video if you want specifications and details. But today we're going to do the chrony and accuracy, the accuracy and chrony test. So we're going to put 5 rounds through the chronograph, see if it gets up. Well, we're not going to be hitting 360 FPS, but we're going to hit probably somewhere around 320 to 330 because I am using 0.25 gram airsoft BBs instead of 0.20 grams. So keep that in mind. It will shoot a little faster with 0.20 gram, but I like the 0.25s. They're just a little bit more accurate, I find, when I do the accuracy portion of the test. So we'll do the chronograph portion first, then I'll do my accuracy portion. I'll put 10 rounds in the paper target, 30 feet down range, and then I'll put it in full auto and we'll just have some fun and see what kind of grouping we get in full auto just for fun. Now, I'm going to show you this. This doesn't have your typical wheel, and I forgot to mention that in the tabletop video. Instead, you have this little bit that goes in there, it's a little Allen key, this guy right here that goes in there. And so if you're not sure how to wind it up, that's how you do it. You'll have to look for this. It comes with the magazine in the packaging, so check that out, okay? Because I wasn't familiar with it, and I had to kind of figure that out before I could do my review. It's not going to work too good if you don't wind that wheel up. Okay, so let's get right on with the chronograph testing. Let's see if it did as well as the C version, which got right around 325. It was 325, 326 all day long. So let's see what we get here with this guy. We didn't get one there. Let's just line this up a little bit better. Maybe that was my problem. 304, 303, 302, 304, 305. So interesting, the C version, this more compact version, actually was getting a little higher FPS, about 20 FPS higher. Not a big deal. We still should get pretty close to that claimed 360 FPS using 0.20 gram BBs. Not a big deal. This is still going to be great. This is a CQB style rifle, so it should do really well in close quarters, if that's what you're going to be using it for. All right, let's set up that paper target, 30 feet down range, and let's see what kind of accuracy we get with the HK416. We're all set up. I've got my new target down range, paper target, 30 feet down range. We're going to put 10 rounds in semi-auto, and then we're going to unload the magazine for fun. But let's find out what kind of accuracy we get here with the first 10 rounds. I did have some trouble with the 416C in terms of the elevation. Hopefully this one shoots a little better in the elevation department. Let's just move this back a little bit here. Get stuck. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, turn it on. There we go. Semi-auto. Okay, let's take a look. See if where we're placing here. Both of these guns want to shoot a little bit low for some reason. I guess I could maybe adjust the elevation up. It doesn't seem like it's really easy with this guy. But anyways, you'll just have to aim a little bit higher. Wow. Literally, it's like almost like they went in the same hole. That's a really nice grouping. That's like a half-inch grouping at 30 feet. Like, I don't know exactly where they hit. The paper kind of tore here. They just look like they went in one after the other. That doesn't happen very often. That is pretty impressive. All right, so we're going to put it in full auto. I'm going to aim at the top ring just to bring it up a little bit. Get more of those rounds in the center there for you. And let's see if we can make this kind of happen again here. I am using the smallest aperture here, which helps for accuracy. You have different aperture diameters. So if you're shooting more kind of action and you want a wider aperture so you can see more picture, or if you want something really accurate, maybe you're shooting a little further down range. Anyways, we're going to shoot at the top ring, like I said. Let's unleash this beast. Let's see what kind of hole we made. I wouldn't want to be at the receiving end of that. That would be a lot of holes, a lot of BBs in one spot. That would hurt a lot. That would get painful. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there. We got a big hole, well, actually a small hole that's pretty much right through the paper and the cardboard in the back, a little bit of ripping going on. It doesn't even look like that hole came out much more than 2 inches, 1.5 inches. So even in full auto, this thing's really accurate. In semi-auto, it's a tack driver. So it was a little bit slower FPS than the C version, the 416C version, maybe 20 FPS, but at the end of the day, as a CQB gun, I think this would be awesome. I like that it has, a full-size stock. It feels good on the shoulder. The gun is still super compact, a little bit less compact than the C version, but I still think it's a super compact gun. Gets the job done. You know, for longer range, you might want a little more velocity than this, but you know, for CQB and a little bit further out, you'd be totally fine with this gun. Performed really well. Definitely recommend this product. Again, it's available on our Canada store at replicairguns.ca, and we also have replicairguns.us for US products. I don't believe they're there yet, but we might have them in the US store at some point, so keep posted. I will put links in the description to buy. And again, we have air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories at both of those stores in Canada and the US. And of course, don't forget to subscribe before you head out. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.